to continue with our story, Wendell's Big Bubble Trouble. So since not all of you were here last week, that's okay. We're going to go over some of the words that we learned from last week. So to get started, Barry, since you were here last week, can you please remind us, what did we read about last week? What is this story about?
Wendell's grandma bring him treat.
Very good. His grandma brought him a treat. So what we're going to do is, if you could all pull out this story, we're going to read the first paragraph. We're going to read the first paragraph. So if everybody can make sure they have it downloaded. Okay, so does everybody have this downloaded? Yes? Okay. So the title of the story is Wendell's Big Bubble Trouble. So what we're going to do, I'm going to read the story once, and then I will read one sentence at a time, and you can repeat after me, okay? Okay. Wendell's grandmother always brings a treat for him when she comes to visit. This time, she has brought him a pack of gum. Wendell thanks his grandma and then unwraps a piece of the bubble gum and stuffs it into his mouth. It is grape flavor, which is his favorite. So now I'm going to read it again, one sentence at a time, and then everybody repeat after me. Wendell's grandmother always brings a treat for him when she comes to visit.
Wendell's grandmother always bring a treat for him when she comes to visit.
This time she has bought it.
Good job, Bright. I'll read the sentence first, though, okay? Great, good job, though. This time she has brought him a pack of gum.
This time she has brought him a pack of gum.
Wendell thanks his grandma and then unwraps a piece of the bubble gum and stuffs it into his mouth.
Wendell thanks his grandma and then unwraps a piece of bubble gum and stuffs it into his mouth.
It is grape flavor, which is his favorite.
It is grape flavor, which is his favorite.
Very good. So there may be some new words in here that you don't know. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll look at some of the vocabulary words from last week. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can everybody see? Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So the first word is treat. So repeat after me. Treat.
Treat.
Very good. So in the story, Wendell's grandma brings a treat for him. She brings him gum. So a treat is something special that you get. It's usually something you eat. So candy could be a treat. So let's look at this example sentence. My teacher gave us all treats for the last day of school. So a treat, it could be candy, something special like this. Okay, so we're going to move through these words a little quickly, but please ask me if you have any questions, okay? So the next word, bubble gum.
Bubblegum.
Bubblegum. Bubblegum.
Very,
Bubblegum.
very good. Gum.
Gum. Gum.
Gum.
Very good. So bubble gum or gum, we know is a treat. It's a treat. So as I explained last week, either one of these words is okay to use. Gum is just a short version of bubble gum, but they mean pretty much the same thing. So in the story, Wendell's grandma brings him gum for a treat. Flavor.
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 Very good. So a flavor is different types of taste that something could have. So for example, with ice cream, there are different flavors. You could have chocolate or strawberry. So there's different flavors. In the story, who can tell me what flavor is the gum that Wendell's grandma brought him? What flavor is the gum?
Grape.
Very good, Sylvia. Yes, it's grape flavored. Very good. Pack.
Pack.
Pack. Pack.
Very good. Pack. So a pack, you usually buy a pack of something. It might be in a box, or we see a pack of gum where you buy many items as part of one package. So like when you buy gum, you don't just buy one stick of gum, you buy a pack of gum. There's many sticks in a pack. To stuff.
To stuff.
To stuff.
To stuff.
So when we stuff something into something else, we're usually putting it in there quickly, maybe into a small space. So in this picture, the boy stuffs his homework into his backpack. And in this picture, the woman is stuffing chips into her mouth. She stuffs the chips into her mouth. So in the story, Wendell stuffs his gum into his mouth. He puts it into his mouth. To unwrap.
To unwrap.
To unwrap.
So when we unwrap something, it could be a piece of candy or a gift. Usually there'll be paper or plastic. And so you open up the paper or unwrap the plastic. So in this picture, someone is unwrapping a piece of candy. Unwrap. Here, the boy unwraps his gift. He is taking it out of the paper. So in the story, Wendell unwraps his gum. He takes the paper off of his gum and he puts it in his mouth. Okay, so I know we moved through that a little quickly. So we're not going to do this with these words today, but on your own, please feel free to create your own sentences to practice these words. But real quick, I'm going to ask a few questions about that first paragraph again to make sure we understand. So can I please have somebody read the first paragraph for us? Just one person. Would anybody like to read it? A volunteer. Okay, what about Ryan? Would you like to read it? The first paragraph? You have to unmute your microphone. The first paragraph from our story.
What treats did Wendell's grandmother bring for him?
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
What treats did Wendell's grandmother bring for him?
Would you be able to read the first paragraph?
Okay.
Thank you.
Wendell's big bubble trouble.
Very good, the title, very good. Thank you. So Wendell's Big Bubble Trouble. So I'll read the first paragraph again, and then I'm going to ask a few questions, okay? Wendell's grandmother always brings a treat for him when she comes to visit. This time she has brought him a pack of gum. Wendell thanks his grandma and then unwraps a piece of the bubble gum and stuffs it into his mouth. It is grape flavor, which is his favorite. So, Bright, I'll ask you the first question. What is the name of the boy in this story?
Video.
Very good, Wendell. So can you
Oh,
please, it's a hard name. It's a hard name. Can you please say it in a complete sentence?
sorry, say again.
Can you please answer in a complete sentence?
用整句的方式回答，
啊，
不要只有回答一个单字。
His name is Wendell.
Very good. His name is Wendell. Very good. And so, Stella, what does Wendell's grandma always bring when she comes to visit?
Wendell's grandma always brings a treat for him when she comes to visit.
Very good. She always brings him a treat. And Stella, this time, what did she bring Wendell?
She brings him a pack of gum.
Very good. She brought him a pack of gum. And Ryan, what flavor is the gum?
Is grape.
It is grape flavor.
Is grape flavor.
Very good. Flavor. So remember, it could have been strawberry flavor. There's different flavors, but she brought him grape. Very good. Okay, so I know that was very quick, but I want to be able to discuss the second paragraph today. And so we're going to go over a new set of words, and we'll do it more slowly so that we'll be able to understand them better. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. And so this next set of words, these are all completely new. So I'm going to go over them again more slow. Okay, first, repeat after me. To chew.
To chew.
Chew.
Very good. To chew.
To chew.
Now, if we chew something, it's when we put food into our mouth and we chew it. We crush it into small pieces so that we can eat it. Now, there's some things like gum that we chew, but we don't eat gum. We can't swallow it. You're only supposed to chew gum. So let's look at the example sentences, and please repeat after me. You chew gum all of the time.
You
You
chew
chew
Gum
gum
all the
all
time.
of the time.
She chews her food really fast.
She
She
chews
chews
her
her
food
food
really
really fast.
Very good. So again, to chew something. So we wouldn't, thanks, Barry. Very good. So we wouldn't say we eat gum. We would say we chew gum. So chew. Very good. Next, wad.
What?
Why?
what?
Wad.
What?
What?
Very good. So this word sounds a little funny, and you would think it's pronounced wad, but it's not. It's wad. So a wad is a small lump or ball of something. So this is a wad of gum. I know it's sort of gross, but this is a wad of gum. So let's read the sentences. James got in trouble because he left a wad of gum under his desk.
James
Got
James got in
trouble
trouble
because he left
a
a weight
wad
of
under
gum
his
under
desk.
his desk.
A wad of gum got stuck in her long hair.
a
A
wad
wad
of
of
Gum
gum
got
got stuck in her long hair.
Very good. I hope that has never happened to you because that is not fun having gum in your hair. But very good. So again, a wad, a small ball or lump of something. And we usually say wad when we are talking about gum. So this is again a wad of gum. Okay, next word, selfish.
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 My brother is selfish because he never shares with me.
My brother
My brother is selfish because he never shares with me.
No one wants to be friends with a selfish person.
No one wants to be friends with a selfish person.
So someone who is selfish only cares about them. about themselves. Someone who is selfish does not like to share with other people, and they think about themselves most of the time. They don't like to share their food, or if it's a kid, they don't like to share their toys. So selfish. To share.
To share.
To share.
My best friend always shares her lunch with me.
My best friend
friend
always shares
her
her lunch with me.
Mia likes to share her toys with her sister.
Mia likes to share her toys with her sister.
So to share means to take something you have and to give it to another person. So in this picture, the little girl shares her cookie with her friend. And in this picture, the girl shares her chips, her snacks. So a person who is selfish, if you remember, does not share. They don't like to share. But a person who is not selfish does share. To continue.
To
To
continue.
continue.
We continue to swim in the pool while it rains.
We continue
To swim in the pool while it rains.
The teacher told them to pay attention, but they continue to talk.
The teacher told them to pay attention, but they continue to talk.
So to continue means to keep on doing something. So like in this sentence, even when it's raining, we continue to swim. We keep on swimming. Or in this sentence, the teacher says, pay attention, but you might continue to talk. You keep on talking. You go on doing something. Okay, bubble.
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 Jamie can blow a huge bubble with her gum.
Jamie can blow a huge bubble with her gum.
Very good. So a bubble, we know it's big and round. Bubbles can be made out of soap, or like the girl in this picture, she blew a bubble with her gum. Bubble. To blow.
To blow.
To blow.
blow.
We need to blow up balloons for the party.
We need
to blow up balloons for the party.
I blow on my food because it is very hot.
I blow
on my food because it is very hot.
She blows a bubble with her gum.
She blows a bubble with her gum.
Very good. So we actually had this word, if you remember, with the story about Jason, because he had to blow his nose. So this word is in this story too. So we know we need to blow a balloon. You might blow on your food if it's very hot, or you could blow a bubble with your gum. Okay, we're almost finished. I know this is a lot of words. Okay, eventually.
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 I don't want to do my homework right now. I'll do it eventually.
I
I
I
don't
don't
want
want to do
to
my
do my
homework
homework
right now.
right now.
I will
I'll do it eventually.
Eventually, it stopped raining.
Eventually, it stopped
eventually
raining.
stop raining.
Very good. So, eventually means you'll do it at a later time, sometime in the future. Eventually, you will do something. So, for example, with your homework, you might say, I don't want to do my homework right now. I'll do it eventually. I'll do it later or in the future. So that's what eventually means. Envy.
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 I look at my brother's new bicycle with envy.
I
I
look at
Look
my
at
brother's
my
new
new
bicycle
bicycle
with
and
envy.
So envy means you want something that somebody else has. That is what envy means. So in this sentence, maybe your brother got a new bicycle or a new bike, but you want it. So you look at it with envy. In this picture, someone won a prize, a trophy, but this person wants it. He's looking at it with envy. So again, it's when someone has something that you want. Envy. To give up.
To give up.
We want to give up on our homework because it is too hard.
we
We want to give up on our
our
homework
homework because
because it
it is
is
too
too
hard.
hard.
I'm not very good at it, but I won't give up trying to play basketball.
I am not very good at it, but I don't give up trying to play basketball.
Basketball.
Very good. So when you give up on something, it is because it's very difficult to do. So in this picture, the boy's homework is very hard. He wants to give up. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's done doing his homework. He doesn't want to do it anymore. In this picture, we see two men. They're both looking for the treasure, but this guy gives up. He doesn't want to work so hard anymore. He gives up. This man does not give up. So again, giving up, it's what you do if something's very difficult and you don't want to do it anymore. You give up. But we don't want to give up, right? We want to keep trying even if something is hard. Okay, yay, you made it to the end. I know that was a lot of words, and I know it's in the morning where you guys live. So thank you. So now I would like you to choose at least one of the following words, and we are going to do what we always do. I would like you to create your own sentence using one of these words. So if you could all take the time to do that now. I'm sorry, I forgot to put pictures next to the words this time, but I put this in the chat, so if you need to look back at the pictures on your own device, you can. And when you are finished, please put a smiley face in the chat and I will know that you are done. And also, if you have any questions about these words or how to use them, please ask me. I forgot to mention that. But please ask me if you need help or if you have any questions. Okay, thank you. I see one smiley face. Two smiley faces. Thank you, guys. Okay, I see another one. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can all see each other. Okay. So, Barry, why don't we start with you? Can you please share your sentence with us?
The upside of continue is give up.
Oh, I like your sentence. Can you repeat it one more time, please?
The upside of continue is give up.
Very good. So do you mean the opposite? Is that what you're saying? The opposite of continue is to give up?
Yes.
Very good. Yes, that's true. So if you continue with something, you keep doing it. If you give up, you're not doing it anymore. Very good. Thank you. I really like your sentence. Okay. Bright, can you please share your sentence?
I envy your good.
Can you repeat it one more time, please?
I envy your good.
Thank you. So is your sentence, I envy your good?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So if we use the word envy, are you trying to say you envy somebody who is good, who is a good person? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. So if someone is a good person, and we envy them, we want to be a good person too. A better way of saying your sentence would be, I envy that you are a good person. Or a better way would just be to say, I want to be a good person like you. I know that's very different from what we talked about today, but that would be it makes more sense if you say, I want to be a good person like you. Do you understand that? I hope I don't confuse you.
Yes.
Bright.你的意思是我羡慕你的好是好哪方面的？太笼统了。
I envy your good health.
Yeah, you could envy somebody's hair if they have.
Bright said good health, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good health.
Oh,
I'm
good
sorry.
health. Yeah.
Hair or health, you could envy both.
Yeah.
But very good. So if we are sick, we might envy someone who has good health. We want to have good health. Very good. Thank you. Okay, Sylvia, can you please share your sentence with us?
He is a selfish person because he doesn't like to share with other people.
Very good. Perfect sentence. Thank you. Okay, Stella, you're the last one. Can you please share your sentence?
I want to share these cookies with my brother.
Very good. Thank you. Great sentence. And is Ryan still here or did we lose Ryan?
Ryan told me he has to leave earlier because he has to attend another class in a different place, so he needs to go out.
Okay, no problem. I wanted to make sure I didn't pass him up. But okay, great job, everybody. Great sentences. You did really good. So now let's go back to the story. I know we keep switching back and forth, but let's go back to our story. And we're going to read the second paragraph again. We didn't read this one yet, but the second paragraph. So I'm going to read it once, and then again, I'll read one sentence at a time, and you will repeat after me. Okay, so if everybody can have their story ready and follow along as I read the second paragraph. As he chews his big wad of gum, his little sister, Lily, asks if she can have some too. Wendell is a very selfish boy and doesn't like to share. He continues to chew his gum and blow bubbles as Lily looks on with envy. She is very sad. Eventually, she gives up and goes crying to her mother. So now I will read it in pieces, and you will repeat after me. As he chews his big wad of gum, his little sister, Lily, asks if she can have some too.
As
he chews his big wad of gum, his little sister Lily asks if she can have some too.
Wendell is a very selfish boy and doesn't like to share.
Wendell is a very selfish boy and doesn't like to share.
He continues to chew his gum and blow bubbles as Lily looks on with envy.
He continues to chew his gum and blow bubbles as Lily looks on with envy.
She is very sad.
She is very sad.
Eventually, she gives up and goes crying to her mother.
Eventually, she gives up and goes crying to her mother.
Very good. Thank you, everybody. Okay, so first question. Barry, what is the name of Wendell's little sister?
Her name is Lily.
Very good. Her name is Lily. So, Sylvia, what does Lily ask Wendell?
She asks if she can have some too.
Yes, very good. She wants some of the gum, right? Bright, does Wendell share his gum with Lily?
Yes.
He does? Does he give her some of the gum?
No.
No, he doesn't. So he doesn't share his gum. How does Lily feel because her brother doesn't share his gum? Stella, how does Lily feel?
She is very sad.
Yeah, very good. And she looks at him with envy. So, Bright, why does Lily look at Wendell with envy? Why?
His gum and blow bubbles.
Yeah, right? He's blowing bubbles and he doesn't give her any. So, who can tell me again, what does envy mean? What does envy mean? Who remembers? What is envy? Barry, do you remember? What is envy?
A selfish boy.
Well, Wendell's a selfish boy, very good. But remember, Lily looks at him with envy. Because remember, envy is when someone has something that you want. And what does Lily want?
The bubble gum.
Very good. She wants a piece of the gum. So she looks at him with envy. And so, Sylvia, eventually, what does Lily do?
She gives up and goes crying to her mother.
Yeah, she gives up. She's so sad. Her brother won't share because he is selfish, and she gives up trying to have some of his gum. And so we know again, Wendell is a selfish person. And so I would like your opinion, or what do you think? Stella, why is it wrong to be selfish? Why is it wrong? Why is it bad to be selfish?
Because if you are selfish and no one wants to play with you.
Yeah, if we are selfish, no one will want to be our friend, right? Because we should be nice to everybody and share. Very good. And I have another question. Sylvia, what do you think will happen next in the story? What will happen next? What do you think?
Wendell will will Wendell will give her sister a bubble gum.
Thank you. Let's hope he does, right? Maybe he'll change and be nice and not selfish and share. Very good. Thank you. Okay, so we went over 2 paragraphs of the story about Wendell, his bubble gum, his sister Lily, how he doesn't share with her. And so if you look in the chat, we have a worksheet prepared for us. You can't see it here. There it is. A worksheet. If you could all download this right now. And we will go over some of this today, right now. So if everybody can download this worksheet. This worksheet right here. So I believe it's the third document in the chat. So when everybody has this downloaded, please put a smiley face in the chat so that I will know you have it. Please put a smiley face in the chat when you have this. Thank you. Just one more. There we go. Okay, great. Thank you guys. So we all have this. If we look at number 1, so we are pretty used to this by now. So, first we match the picture with the word. So number 1, bright. What word matches with number 1, the first picture? I think you're muted. You have to unmute your mic.
To chew.
Very good. To chew. Great job. So we see in the picture, the girl chews on food. She is chewing on her food. Very good. Number 2, Stella. What word matches with number 2?
Wad.
Very good. Wad. We see that wad of bubble gum. Very good. Now number 3, berry. What matches with number 3?
Envy.
Very good. And so this one actually can go with 2 words. So this picture could go with envy, and it could also go with one more word. What do you think the other word might be, Barry?
Selfish.
Very good, selfish. So it depends on how you look at the picture. So we see the boy who's like this. He has envy, right? He wants the hamburger. And the boy who is eating, he might be selfish because he won't share. So very good. Number 4, Sylvia. What matches with number 4?
To share.
Very good, to share. So we see she's sharing with her friend. Number 5. Back to you, Bright. What matches with number 5?
To give up.
So we're on number 5. Number 5.
Bubbles.
Very good. Bubbles. Very good. And number 6, Stella. We already used this word for one picture, but what word would also match with number 6?
Envy.
Very good. Envy. And number 7, Barry.
To give up.
Very good. To give up. So we see again the man, he gives up on digging for the treasure. He gives up. He's not going to do it anymore. Very good. So if we move on to the next page, we have true or false. True or false. So there are 5 sentences, and some of them are true, some of them are false. They are not true. So we want to find which ones are true. And the sentences that are false, we want to fix them. We want to correct them. So number 1, Sylvia, can you please read the sentence for number 1?
Wendell is a selfish boy.
Very good. Now, is this sentence true or false?
True.
Very good. It's true. He is selfish. Stella, number 2, can you please read the sentence?
Wendell's grandma brings him strawberry-flavored bubblegum.
Very good. Now, is this sentence true or false?
False.
Very good. What would be the correct sentence?
Wendell's grandma brings him grapes-flavored bubblegum.
Very good. It wasn't strawberry, it was grape. Excellent. Very good. Barry, can you please read the sentence for number 3?
Lily asks for some of Wendell's bubble gum.
Very good. Now, is this true or false?
It's true.
Very good. It's true. Now, number 4. Bright, can you please read the sentence for number 4?
Lily gives up asks Wendell for some of his gum.
Very good. Is this sentence true or false?
True.
Very good. True. She gives up, right? She doesn't ask anymore. Now, number 5, Sylvia, can you please read the sentence?
Wendell shares some of his gum with Lily.
Now, is this true or false?
False.
Very good. What would be the correct sentence?
Wendell doesn't share some of his gum with Lily.
Very good. He doesn't share. Very good. Okay, next page. Fill in the blank. So we have a word bank with different words. and we have sentenences that are missing words. So we won't use every sentence. We won't use every word in the word bank, but we know that there are 5 words missing. So number 7, we are not allowed to blank gum in class. Barry, what would be the right word?
We are not allowed to chew gum in class.
Very good, thank you. Number 8, Jackie blank her cookies with Karen because she doesn't have any. Sylvia, what would be the correct word?
Jackie shares her cookies with Karen because he doesn't have any.
Very good, thank you. Number 9, there is a blank of gum underneath his shoe. Bright, what would be the correct word?
Here is a weight of gum underneath his shoe.
Very good. There is a wad of gum underneath his shoe. Great job. Thank you. Number 10. My sister will be here blank. Stella, what would be the correct word?
My sister will be here eventually.
Very good. My sister will be here eventually. Very good. I know that can be a tricky one, so excellent. Thank you. Number 11. I never want to blank dancing because it is my favorite hobby. Barry, can you please do number 11 for us?
I never want to give up dancing because it is my favorite hobby.
Very good. Great job, you guys. You're doing a great job. Okay, so it's almost time for us to go. So for your homework, if you see on the last page of this paper, there are 2 questions that you get to answer. So I already asked these questions to, I think it was Stella and Sylvia. So now you all get to write down what you think. So the first question is, why should we not be selfish like Wendell? Why should we not be selfish? And number 13, what do you think will happen next in the story? Do you think Wendell will share some of his gum or no? Or something else? What do you think will happen? Maybe he'll get in trouble with his mom for not sharing. So that is all you have to do. So next week, be prepared, be ready to share your answers to 12 and 13. Are there any questions about the homework or about the lesson for today? Okay. Luke, do you want to say something?
Thank you so much for the great lesson. So everybody, please say thank you, Xiahna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xiahna.
Thank
We will
you
see you next
all.
week.
Thank you guys. You did a very good job today. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.